basically, okay, briefly tell me some of the challenges you have faced. Like you said, you sometimes meet people from Australia, all in maybe Moscow, whatever, all in the plane, and you need to talk to all of them. What has been some of the challenges for you?
Time is challenge. We don't have that we don't have specific times. So we fly every time, 2 a.m., 1 a.m., every time. And you go to countries like, let's say, Canada, and I left here in the morning, I get there, it's 2 days. I mean, the time is our problem. It's a big challenge. If you're somebody that you're a morning person, you're an evening person, you can't do, there's no morning person, evening person. You have to be every person.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so time is a challenge, and it's tough when it comes to time. I mean, and when this is a challenge, it means that it takes a lot from you. Your body might not get the proper rest because of time, different time zones as well. So that's one big challenge. If you're strictly, I only sleep in the evening, then this is not for you. I'm sorry, because you have to take somebody from 1 to 2. So time is one of the challenge, and other challenges would be. I
think
also,
language should be a challenge. Or you are taught other languages too.
Well, it's a challenge, but it's not really something we can actually work with.
Oh, okay.
Because, like I said, our airline is not just, I'm Ghanaian, so if I fly with a Ghanaian, I can speak to you. We have multinationals, so you have somebody, usually you can get one or two person who can speak French, somebody who can speak Hindi, so it's not really, and even if it's so, we sometimes try our best. If it's food they want to eat, you just have to open for them to see it's chicken. I'm sure they know what, so, and if it's even safety video, we have the video, even if they can't understand, they see what is then being done, so they can do the same. So yeah, it's a challenge, but like I said, you always have to think outside the box. You have to have that, you have to think ahead if you face this kind of customers, what to do. So yeah, language, but it's not really a problem for us. But the timing it's a major thing. Secondly, you miss everything this life has, honestly, because I don't know the last time I spent any special moment with my family. I'm leaving in 2 days, and it's holiday season, and I'm working in, God knows, like after 3 days. And even on Christmas, I'm flying another customers from point A to B. I believe I also deserve a holiday as well, but yeah, but you don't get to choose. You miss my sister's wedding. You miss special occasions. It's sometimes sad. You're out of this world. You don't know what is happening on the ground. Yeah, so things like this also. Some people can't. There are people that can't live all by themselves. No family. You don't see anyone. It's just you on the phone every time with somebody in a lonely world. You go to some country. Most of the country, of course, you don't know everyone. You don't know someone in every country. You go to a lot of countries, like 158 countries, and you go to places that they also don't speak. You don't have your food. They don't. So yeah, I mean, you would actually miss a lot, but you should be ready for that. There's nothing like I have to go home because it's the, you get your chances sometimes when you do that. They're flexible. I have this time. I need to do this. They can let you, but if you're giving everybody that opportunity, who is working? You understand? So right now, I have to go for December 25th. I have a flight. Somebody has to go on a holiday. Yeah. So you see how it works. I had to come early. So that's these are some of the challenges. If you are like a mommy's girl, I'm sorry, there's no mommy to pamper. You need to be stronger and push through.
I see.
Yeah. So these are the few challenges I'll mention. But aside that, and your eating habit too could change because you eat everything at the same. You come at 3 a.m. and you're leaving at 11 a.m. in the morning. Like you can actually have a back-to-back flight. You can fly non-stop for 1 week without we do have back and forth. So I can have a flight. I can land at 3 a.m. 11. I'm moving again. So and now you're contemplating, should I eat first or should I sleep first? You're hungry. You need the rest. And then the time zones are different. It's become so that the timing is really, it plays a major role because you end up not eating right. and you don't sleep well because where you're from, it was evening. You come here, it's God knows midday. Like, how do I sleep now? Yeah, so these are the certain, those are just few challenges actually, but yeah. And maybe cultural differences, you know, of course.
Yeah.
We have different, but like I said, as a Caribbean, you learn all these things, so you don't find offense in anybody trying to shoot. There are certain signs you don't use in another language because it means something else. There's certain things, so, but you get to learn as well. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But aside, okay, still on the challenges, what has been your challenging moment? Have you ever encountered a customer or somebody on a flight and then you guys had thing?
Again, it's a very confined space. Everything that happens on ground happens there.
Oh, okay.
Everything. When I say everything, everything. Talk of death on board. Talk of birth on board. We have people, delivery. A cabin crew would deliver a baby for you.
Wow.
We are taught how to do that. Whatever, stroke, anything, anything, fight. Somebody could fight over food. This is.
But I want you. I want you to share
my challenge. I mean, my experience so far would be, we had somebody who was shot in the States, so we had to carry the person from, and they had a surgery, but the surgery was not. I mean, it was done, but they had to let him rest a bit. Rest a bit, which they didn't. So we have to fly him to where we were going, and it was a long distance. So he started bleeding. You know, it's sad to see somebody in that pain. So yeah, we did all that we could, and they said no. If we don't divert, like I mentioned before, he could die. You know, so when you see somebody I mean, struggling in pain, and you know, yeah. So we had to divert, and of course,
see a lot of things.
We did, instead of doing 18 hours, I flew for almost 29 hours in air.
Wow.
Like we did a whole day again. Yeah. So
and there were people in the flight. You had to go back.
Yeah, we had to go. We went to another country.
Okay.
We stayed in the aircraft in the airport for almost 7 hours on ground.
So and can I say that you guys didn't think about the people in the plane?
No. We do our service. We're just trying to give them water, food. You know, we just give.
Okay.
Because we're all struggling. You can see what it's like. And again, guess what? I'm struggling, but I have to hold on to my pain.
Yeah.
And deal with yours. We don't have anything like, I'm going to personal stuff, so you know what? I'm also going to. So you hold on to. No, when you wear that uniform, your problems are here. You could be in tears. We're all human. We also go through challenges.
Yeah,
but guess what? Our duty that when you wear the uniform is to make that person smiles. So customers were frustrated, they would literally eat you up. But it's your duty to make sure that frustration is being turned into a smile. And it's like, again, back to personality. What's your personality? How do you change that?
But I'm sure there are some benefits that come along with it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So tell me some of them. Maybe I'll change my mind and join you guys.
I'll just keep that very brief and say, let's say, getting paid to see the world. How about that? Getting paid to see the world.
Briefly.
No, briefly. You can just get paid and, okay, this is fun. Okay, yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. But, of course, I mean, the sacrifices are worth whatever we are being paid. But, I mean, I'm sure there are other jobs that take more than us. But, yeah, it's good. If you have the opportunity, please. Yeah.
Maybe I'll think about it.
Yeah, you should come. We would want to have. We want more Ghanaians. We want more Ghanaians there.
I'll take the course of the exam and then.
Yeah. You you don't need to do anything. Any airline you want, you just go and apply online, and that's it. You go to their opening. That's it. Nothing serious, to be honest.
Wow.
You just have to be ready for questioning, like you're questioning me now.
And I know you to be an entrepreneur too. So tell me.
I do own certain small businesses I'm trying to build here in Ghana, which is the Modern Muslim Girl.
Yeah.
And short is called the MMG. And it's a fashion house. So basically, just trying to, help the Muslim girl out there to be fashionable, but yet to be modest as well. It's a modest store, since we don't have a lot of that here. But I try to operate it whilst I'm away, which is very hectic. But Social media makes things easy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's catching up gradually. You can, you know, follow us on Instagram, Modern Muslim Girl, and you see more of our works.
Nice. So how long has it been around?
It's been like a year plus.
Okay.
It's still a baby company, but it's catching up very, you know.
And I know you're coming up with a clothing line too.
Yeah, it's the same concept, you know, because I realized that for us Muslims, we are limited to certain outfits, and why not try and bring something that is fashionable, yet modest, and yet stylish, and yeah, so that's what I'm trying to build. And Ghanaians, and I have Christian customers. It's amazing. Yeah, I have. You should get one as well. Maybe your next show we have to come and style your modesty.
Probably. I'll be so glad. I'll be so glad.
Anyway, you can't actually do that forever as a woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it has its challenges in health aspect also.
Oh, okay.
But if you want, yeah, why not? But
we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, sure.
What would you tell somebody who would want to be a cabin crew and take it as a career path?
When I do come back home and you know, it's so different. But maybe years ago it was very normal for me because I was in Ghana. You understand. But now, learning or flying, I realized that no, you know, I learned a lot, and patient. You become very patient. What we do everything, girl. Somebody with infant, now you have to help the mother clean up. You do all of that. So yeah, I mean, willingly, not your responsibility, but for me, my patient level is very high now, and then tolerance, nothing really surprises. We fly with different classes of people, so you see how people live, you appreciate life, be grateful. It's beautiful, and of course you get the benefits, so why not? They should all come.
If you have been following the conversation, I remember patience, tolerance, and of course personality. These are the basic things you need if you want to be a cabin crew. Thank you so much, Ira, for coming on the show to tell us more about cabin crew and all that it entails. And I know you at home too, you have been enjoying the show. Don't forget, the show is proudly brought to you by the Association of African Universities, and you can follow us on our social media platforms at AAU_TV on Twitter, Association of African Universities on Facebook and YouTube, and at AAU TV Official on Instagram. Many thanks to AJ Makeover GH for my beautiful makeup, and of course GTP Fabric for my beautiful clothes, and Majestic Outfits for my beautiful dress. If you have any questions or anything that you'd want to know, you can just leave them in the comments box on our social media platforms, and you can also send us a WhatsApp message on +233 50123 8468, and we will have them answered to you. Enjoy the rest of our programs. My name is Ajaomi.
We are currently coming to you from ITA, and ITA is the International Institute for Tropical Agriculture, where we are bringing you the advanced training for multi-method and policy-oriented research brought to you by PASGA, and PASGA is a partnership for African social governance and research. This whole training is being powered by the AAU television. Now, in the next 14 days, we are introducing our participants to various methods, models, and some critical areas in research. Our idea is to empower early career researchers to really come up with research findings and output that can respond to the needs of Africa in terms of policy. Now, stay tuned, relax, and enjoy the best coverage from the AAU television.
We are going to kickstart the discussion, the conversation, the critical imagination, some kind of deep reflection on what we really want to do and how we want to